Hey everyone, Robyn Openshaw. I teach every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern about Bitcoin. I've done it for 4.5 years. I feel like it's changed people's lives who are our students. Bitcoin has really changed my life. If you're in Bitcoin, life is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Literally, the cost of real estate goes down 50% a year when priced in Bitcoin. So today I want to talk to you about what I did last week and why I am conquering my addiction to looking at the price of Bitcoin. I haven't looked at it for a week. And my addiction was that whenever I would go look on my phone at something else, I don't know, like half the time I would go check the Bitcoin price. I would Google it. And so I was checking the price of Bitcoin for literally a few years now, once a day, sometimes twice, sometimes four times. And here's why I quit. I quit looking at Bitcoin because I credit the fact that I didn't look at Bitcoin in 2022. It was before I started my addiction. I basically didn't look at it and wasn't paying any attention when Bitcoin crashed from, I think, 63,000 down to it touched, I want to say 17,000 before it climbed back up pretty quickly. But it is a really good thing that I did not see it happen. And I did hear about it when it was down at about 17,000. I did hear about it, and I didn't want to sell then because by then it was worth much less than what I had paid for some of it. So I waited it out, and it's because I held through that volatility that not only sort of gives me a sense of confidence of I am capable of holding through volatility now because I lived through the crash of late 2022. But also, I had learned the value of not obsessing about the price of Bitcoin. Because here's the thing, don't even buy Bitcoin if you expect it to double in the next 3 months. And if it doesn't, you're wiped out. If you're, for instance, borrowing money, or I've heard of people selling their house to plow it into Bitcoin, and then they're going to be biting their nails. They are going to be white knuckling it until Bitcoin goes up to 250,000 or whatever because they bet the farm, literally their own home, the roof over their children's head. So the reason I am not looking at Bitcoin, the reason I am right now conquering my addiction and I haven't even looked at the price of Bitcoin in a week, and I don't even know what it is right now, is that I had borrowed money out of property of mine. It's not my main property, not where I'm talking to you from now, but I had paid it off many years ago, and I decided that that was money poorly spent. And I decided that I think I can beat the equity sitting there actually probably getting less in value with what's happening in real estate in Florida and probably will for years to come. I was like, if Bitcoin does a third as well as it's done the last 16 years annually, I shouldn't have my money sitting in this house. I should take it out. I should invest it into Bitcoin. So I did that. But what I did is I put it in an account at River, and I am having River custody it. So that's not what I suggest most people do. Most people should mostly self-custody their Bitcoin on their own device and secure it. And this week in our Wednesday night class, we have a financial advisor who has bothered to educate himself about crypto, unlike a lot of financial advisors. Eventually, they all will because they are figuring out, in fact, sort of the god of independent wealth advisors is out there saying, if you don't learn Bitcoin and if you aren't getting your clients in Bitcoin, your you're harming your clients. And so we're going to see them at least putting people in Bitcoin ETFs. Anyway, I really credit just being clueless and checked out, and my money was in Bitcoin and I just let it ride. And I knew that I was in it for 4 years minimum and maybe 20. But 4 years minimum, that's the commitment. If you're going to hodl or hold on for dear life or save in Bitcoin, those are all ways of saying the same thing, then you want to commit for 4 years because anything can happen. It is volatile. It goes way up, it goes way down. So in River, where I was making 3.8% on my money, that I had borrowed out of my beach house where I only spend like a lot of weekends. And I just wanted to put that equity to better use. That's the first and only time I've ever used leverage to buy Bitcoin. So I really wanted to get a good price for it. So for a while, I had it set to buy at 101,000. You can set a limit order in your River account. I've talked before, so I won't go on about it, why I chose River. I didn't want to hold any more in private custody on a cold wallet just for security reasons. I didn't want to. Um, so watch my other videos and you'll learn why I chose River. But it was sitting there collecting 3.8% interest in the River account so that you can use it as a savings account and you're making about what a money market pays until you're ready to buy. And then you can set where you want that limit order to be so that automatically it spends your money and buys Bitcoin when Bitcoin comes down to that price. So for a while, for I don't know, several weeks, I had it set at 101,000. And then Bitcoin came down to like 108.5. And I was like, I think I want to raise it. So it went back up. It was back up to whatever it was, 115, 118,000, somewhere in there. And I increased my limit order to 109. So it did come down again. And it automatically bought at 109,000. So I'm now the proud owner of whatever that was. I think 6.25 Bitcoin or something like that. And so I don't want to stress about it. I consider my mental health as well as my physical health and my financial health. And my mental health is not well served by checking the price of Bitcoin 4 times a day and feeling grumpy or stressed out by the price of Bitcoin being potentially less than what I paid for it. So just as you're making your decisions, if you're stacking sats, okay, that's where you could be just buying small amounts of Bitcoin. They're called Satoshis, often called sats. If you're saving in Bitcoin, one thing to consider is maybe you just check out. Maybe you just leave it there. Maybe if it crashes down 50% from what you paid for it, you won't even know about it if you aren't obsessively checking it. So that is how I am conquering my addiction to Bitcoin, price checking. And I find myself going like almost habitually to go check it. And I'm like, nope, I don't do that anymore. So there will come a point when I will check the price. And I'm sure that there will be people who will be putting it on social media and I will accidentally learn of the price of Bitcoin, whether it goes way down from here or whether it goes way up from here. I'm sure I will hear eventually. But just consider that you invest in Bitcoin for your financial health and you can afford the more expensive lifestyle of a healthy life. So your Bitcoin not only provides your financial health in future, it also helps you afford your physical health. And for the sake of your mental health, I recommend committing to a 4-year time horizon and not looking at the price of Bitcoin several times a day. If you feel gut punched, if the price of Bitcoin is down, or even if you feel super euphoric when the price of Bitcoin is up, because it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. I do not want the price of Bitcoin dictating my mood or hijacking my mind, my mental health, or my ability to work. So that's how I am attacking my latest addiction. I've been addicted to different things. I have a very addictive personality. That's why I can't touch drugs, and alcohol has to be like a very arm's length relationship, if at all, because I get addicted to things really, really easily. So I hope that that is useful to you because everybody talks about the price of Bitcoin and number go up and they talk about it as freedom money. But I just want to talk today about the impact of Bitcoin on our mental health and how to protect ourselves from that. I am a former psychotherapist. So hope this is useful to you. Join us on Wednesday nights. I will put the link down below and you can join our classes on Wednesday night. You have to develop the knowledge to have the conviction to even be able to hold for 4 years and have Bitcoin change your life like it has mine. So join us on Wednesday nights. You'll get a 3rd month free. In fact, I'm pretty sure it gives you every third month free and get an extra $50 off using the coupon code Robyn to join our mastermind down below. I think we're changing the name of it to Bitcoin Insiders. It's been called the Take Action for Freedom Insiders Mastermind for 4 years. You know why we did that? Is because in 2020, your group, your page was getting kicked off of Facebook if it had the word freedom in it. So we called it TAF, short for Take Action for Freedom. Anyway, we're renaming it, but sometimes I just call it Bitcoin Party because it's really fun, really educational every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Join us down below if you've been feeling like, gosh, I know people who it's completely changed their financial trajectory to invest in Bitcoin. I really should learn about it, or just go buy $100 worth of it. And then all of a sudden, I find people are super motivated to start learning about Bitcoin once they own some. So either way you do it, please join us on Wednesday nights. I'm not the only teacher. I'm the main teacher, but not the only teacher. And we love to help you understand all the different use cases for Bitcoin and why it's the greatest money ever invented, and why I think that it has increased in value by, what are we at? 600% since I started buying only 5.5 years ago. So join us Wednesday nights and I will see you then. Bye, everyone.